Today, I'm diving into some old sticker books you might have in your stash. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm going to be working in my catch-all planner in the dashboard layout, and I'm going to use some older Happy Planner sticker books. I recently did a destash of planners and stickers, and I kind of rediscovered, you guys, there's a lot of really cute Happy Planner sticker books that you guys probably have in your stash too, and so much of my job is focused on showing you new products and sharing new things, which I love, but there's something nice about digging into your stash, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm using the Canyon Modern sticker book, both the value pack and the larger sticker book, and then I pulled out essential trackers as well, and I've been using this too. So I'm excited to dig in, dashboard plan with me. Everything I used is linked down below. Let's go. I know that so many of us are getting organized in January in more ways than one. We are into our planners and we are into our craft spaces, our homes. We're organizing all of the things, decluttering, destashing, and that makes it a great time to really dive into what you have in your stash. I love new products. I love new stickers, but January is a wonderful time to kind of look through, see what you have, see what you still want to use, and really put it to good use. I loved this Canyon Modern line when it came out. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Loved the kind of squiggle shapes, the very natural look to it with those bright colors. Definitely spoke to me. And because it's January and I'm really focused on some goals and bringing energy into the new year, I feel like the colors, I'm wanting to do my planner very much over the top. I'm kind of over the winter spreads. I'm doing bright and fun and energy filled, and that is really helping me engage in my planner a bit more. I did switch to the dashboard layout this year. This is the dashboard layout that I have available in my shop at ScrappyWife.com. And I love the left-hand side because it gives you a lot of freedom. It doesn't map everything out for you. It has the long to-do list, which I feel like almost everyone needs week to week. And then it has a huge dot grid section. In that dot grid section, I am focused on three things. I want to have at least 2 habit trackers. I am tracking the laundry and I'm tracking finances. And then I need a box of some sort to do meal planning and just write out the few meals that I plan for my family in that week. So I'm making sure that there's space for that. Otherwise, I'm having a lot of fun with decor in that space. I like the freedom as the year goes on, and I may need to include other sections over on the left side. I have the space for it, but right now I can do a ton of decorating. I will say that since I took a really long break from the dashboard layout, I am struggling sometimes getting used to decorating it again. It's just whenever you're switching things up, it's going to take a hot second to get used to what you like in the layout, how you like the stickers to appear. So if you also are trying something new for 2026 and you find yourself a little bit, maybe a tiny bit frustrated with the decorating process, just trust the process and keep going. It might take you a month, it might take you 6 weeks to really get into how you like to decorate a particular layout. That just because you're frustrated in the decorating doesn't mean it's not the best or the most functional layout for you. So stick with it. I don't like to change up layouts more than once a month. I give everything at least a month because that's 4 different layouts that I have given a try and to see if it may or may not work for me. So I'm here to encourage you. You know, we're like in the second, third week, somewhere in there. So make sure you're sticking with it. Just keep trying new things until you find something that's going to work with how you like to decorate your planner. It has helped me that I was able to identify those non-negotiables, the 2 habit trackers, the 1 box over on the left. Knowing I needed that each and every week really gave me a jumping off point, which I loved. Now, I'm having fun. We're mixing and matching sticker books. You guys, it's been a hot second since we mixed and matched sticker books. I love it. I know two of them are Canyon Modern. It's not really that difficult, but it's nice to pull out several different books from your stash just to have fun with it. Look at the bright colors. This is not feeling wintry, but it is feeling motivational because it also has all the words. I'm here for all the words. I love inspirational words on my spreads. I do love a seasonal spread, and I've done a lot of seasonal spreads and will continue to create seasonal pages in my planner. But right now, this is what's really bringing me a lot of energy. And I say, if it's bringing you energy and you want to do beach themes in January, then you should go for it. Now, typically, I'm not wanting to do a lot of functional boxes over on the right-hand side. I'm wanting to kind of keep the right-hand side a little bit more bulletless as far as the schedule for the week with the practices and rehearsals and things like that for my kiddos. But with this particular spread, because I had that huge burst over on the left-hand bottom corner, I really felt like I needed a little bit more going on the right-hand side just to balance things out. So I am adding a few functional boxes. These are less for specific events and more for notes on a particular day, because I really do think that doing a bulleted list of what is going on that day is going to be just a little clearer for me, a little bit easier to organize. And those are the types of things that I add on a Sunday. So as you're building your planning process in 2026, kind of developing your routine, you can consider different ways. I prefer to decorate during the week, and then I fill in my planner spread on Sunday. Then as I'm coming through the week, Sunday before the week starts. So then as I'm coming through the week, I can refer to my planner. Sometimes things get added and I have to pull white out and do some different things. But for the most part, I've sat down on Sunday afternoon, thought through the week, filled in the planner with all the habits and the tasks and all like that. And then I just have to reference it in the mornings as I'm getting ready for my day. All right, I'm going to add a few final touches, a few more stickers here and there, just because the more inspirational words on a spread, the better in my case. And I'd love to hear, what sticker book in your stash are you hoping to get back to? I'd love for you to take a second, pause the video, go find a sticker book that you haven't used in a while, and then list it down below. Leave a comment with the name of that sticker book, because I think we all kind of forget what we have, whether it is Happy Planner or Kelva Plan, Live Love Posh, Wrong, any of those sticker books. Those companies have been around for a while, and some of us have been collecting their stickers for a while. So you have some oldies but goodies in your stash. Take a second and familiarize yourself with it again, and then let us all know, because I think we'd all love to be a little bit inspired to dig into our stash, save a little money here at the beginning of the year, instead of looking for new stickers, really celebrating some of the things we've purchased in the past. The last thing I'm going to do to bring this spread together is actually pull some stickers from Proud Sticker Designs. This is a small sticker shop that you can find on Etsy, and she has a ton of functional stickers. I love them and use them all the time. Gratitude list is something I'm adding into my regular catch-all spread each week. I want to add a meal planning section. And then because I was digging this font so much, I ended up deciding I'm going to go ahead and use these stickers to cover up the days of the week. It's fun to change the font stickers for the days of the week. It's an easy way to really make your spread look very custom. Lots of companies have different days of the week stickers, so be sure to check them out in some of the dated sticker books. It just adds a little extra something, even if you have a dated planner, even if you love the font that you have in your planner. Just changing it up maybe once a month feels pretty good and really makes the spread stand out. All right, once I finish up with those, I'm going to try to see if I can add another goal sticker. Turns out I didn't really find a good place for it, so we will just leave that to the side. I can always add it later. And then I just have to cut the 2 pages apart, and that will be it for this plan with me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Don't forget, go check your stash and then let us know what you find, what you're excited about. We'd love to hear from you down below. And I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon family. If you are looking for a creative place that is going to inspire you throughout 2026, we are just getting going and there are so many great things planned. We'd love to have you join us over on Patreon. You can head to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more. All right. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day, a wonderful start to your new year, and as always, keep it creative.